What is, what was, and what will be start here with the words, in the beginning there was...
Hello and welcome to Bearded Game Masters. As always, I am your host, Ron, and I am joined with Mike.
Hello.
And, here we are to give some gaming news, thoughts, opinions. Not so much reviews this week. It's just been kind of a crazy week, and I'm kind of working on a review now, but I need to play some more of it, and Mike has got RL stuff going on, so...
And Warcraft.
And Warcraft, yeah, I'm not going to argue that. I'm trying to fit everything in while also working on that, but we'll get to there, So, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. But nonetheless, let's kick this off here. So, this is not necessarily a topic that I actually want to talk about, but I feel that it needs to be talked about. So apparently not that long ago, there was a shooting, at a Madden tournament. Mike,
real life shooting.
Yeah. Mike, do you want to take this one?
Well, yeah, basically we had a sore loser who I don't even think he got second. I thought he might have second place, but didn't win a tournament, didn't match. And from what I've seen so far is that he illegally obtained a firearm and then shut up the tournament. And, he did take his own life in the end. Yeah. But yeah, a couple of people died, a few people injured. And, it's...
It sucks.
It just sucks. It does suck.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's not as, this is way more terrible than, idiots who swat other people on Twitch who lose matches on that one. I mean, that's terrible in itself, but this is a whole, a whole nother level. And I mean, we're look, this show is not going to get into the thick of things. There's plenty other places who are talking about this and the ramifications. We're really just here for condolences and, look, people, if you, I think it would be safe to say people who do have social society issues, they need to seek help, whether professionally or whatnot. They need help because people need to understand how to handle when things don't go their way. And I think that's where we can touch on.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean. There's no easier way to say it than just, this is a shitty thing.
Right.
There was, there were people that were hurt. There were some people that unfortunately didn't get to go home that day because somebody got angry over a video game. I know there's other factors to take in, consideration here on this one, but at the end of the day, like it was a game tournament. This was supposed to be a fun time, right. People get together, they play, a particular game that, there are groups of people who are passionate about this and somebody loses their cool. And this is the unfortunate outcome of it.
Right. People lose their cools. They throw their controller, they bust their keyboard, they have a pout. That's it.
I've nerd raged plenty of time in video games and fighting games, everything. Like I've been there. I've gotten angry, but
I dare you to play Dark Souls and not do that.
You're right.
Okay. So, destruction of property is one thing, $15 controllers destruction of property is one thing, but to illegally attain a firearm and then shoot up a tournament because you didn't win. He apparently won last year. That's great. You got
more
one.
Power to but
you got one. But he definitely needed more help than what he was getting. Like I said, we'll just end it at that.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, it's just
this is a sad thing, and
it is sad.
I get that's how do I word this? What do I want to say here? You know what? Let's take it this way. Like, this is just the opinion of two nerds who, have a very small podcast with probably almost little to no following. But right. But those of you that do listen, nothing about this is okay.
No,
this is just a terrible experience. My absolute condolences goes out to the families affected by this. I am genuinely sorry to hear that these things still happen. I wish it wasn't the case, but unfortunate. This is, these are the things that we have to deal with in the world. If anything, my biggest concern out of this is that people don't look at gamers in this particular way because of this one pathetic piece of shit.
We already got enough problems with other situations. We don't need this one on top of it.
Well,
yeah.
So, bottom of my heart, my condolences to everyone affected by it. Best of luck. You'll be in my thoughts there, if as corny as that sounds, but, so, just something when I heard this, I was just like, I said to Mike, like, listen, we at least got to say something here. Like, this isn't cool. There's nothing good about this. I at least got to get my thoughts out here on this.
And like I said, we Ron and I agree. If you're looking for, if we're not really going to dive deep into this is not the purpose of this podcast. Of the podcast is for gaming and, game reviews and such. If you want to get into that, there are other podcasts, there's other, videos to watch, and, more power to you. That's fine. Maybe
it's something we could touch back on another day and time, but I don't want to have a whole episode here where it's just, bad news here. So if there's anything I'm going to end this on my personal notes, I want to put in here, like, it's going to be corny when I say it, but I in a way, I kind of feel that it's fitting. I'm actually going to take a quote from Bill and Ted. What is it? Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is
awesome.
Just be excellent to each other. Like, it's a game. It's just a game. Like, there's no reason that anyone's life needs to be lost because of this, like that. And then, you know what? I'm just, I'm going to stop it there before it gets down this giant rabbit hole.
Yeah. Why don't I go on to the next topic here?
I got to put this one last thing in. I'm sorry. Hey, just anyone who actually gotten this far and listened to this quick little rambling, thank you. All right, now you can go for it. Bud. You're good. You're good. Right. I got it now. Right. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Now here's something for the PC gamers that
this is good news, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on, give me something. Give me some good news.
I mean, well, it depends. If you read the paid, if you read like like the major hardware reviewers, they're all jumping for joy, but that's only because in order for them to review this product, they have to pay, they have to pay to the nVidia trough, and they're told what to say. Okay. Anyone who's independent knows that this is just bad.
Okay.
So nVidia's released their new graphics card at Gamescom, and it's the RTX 2080, which have this ray tracing technology, which just makes shiny things just a little bit more shiny and more realistically shiny, like Stormtrooper armor in their demo video.
Okay.
The thing is that these cards, which are not released yet, all right, they want you to pre-order them at like $1,000.
Are you high?
I wish. And they didn't talk about like, oh, this is better. This is so much better than the 1080 Ti or this, that. All they did was talk about this. We have ray tracing technology, and you must have ray tracing technology, and you must pre-order these video cards if you want to be on top of the game. And they're $1,000 a pop. Now here's the thing. Okay, it could do ray tracing technology. It's fine. What games out there have ray tracing technology already in them? Because it's going to work. Yeah. Is that you have a game that has it already in it? That the shaders are in those textures, and the answer right now is, bleh. I mean, I could probably count them all in one hand, maybe. But I'll get down here right now. If World of Warcraft isn't having it, it's not a big deal. Okay, all right. So. Now, if you take a look at like Newegg, and you look at the third party manufacturers, they're a little bit more reasonable in price. They're like somewhere from $700 to $800, but the nVidia ones, they're the ones going for $1,000, and that's the baseline model. All right, they're going to go up from there. That kind of price, I mean, that's the kind of price you see in the professional video cards, the Quattros, the ones that are used for video rendering that go for $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. I've seen some of that, like, I think over like $10,000.
Jesus. Okay.
Right? And you would line them up. You'd have like 2 or 3 of them. All right. To render. But unless you're a big, studio, you're not going to do anything like that. You're not going to use that kind of equipment. This is nVidia being the top dog. AMD has just not been able to catch up, and that's part of and that delves in with another topic we're going to talk about in a little bit later in the podcast. But right now, nVidia I think they're too high for their britches, and they think they get away with anything. And I'm glad that the gaming community, the gamers themselves, have rebuked nVidia for this. And they're actually still looking at either AMD cards or even the lower end 10 and 60 cards as the way to go for games right now, because, you don't need the $1,000 video card other than this show off that you have money to burn and you're the cool kid on the block with the 90s crew cut. Yeah.
Well, I think having $1,000 for a video card is a little ridiculous in my opinion, but this is the bleeding edge type stuff. I mean, bleeding edge people always pay the buku dollars. But the thing was that nVidia was telling the average gamer, you need this. No, we don't. Yeah. I have an RX 580. You got a R9, I think 270, 280. R9 280, I think it is. And our games look beautiful, right? I mean, I think we're satisfied for things for now. Yeah. Until the next greatest, biggest, when GTA 6 comes out and you have to have that kind of card. Okay, fine. But until then, I mean, the $200-$300 AMD cards, video cards work just as well for us. Yeah, and that'll work just as well for me for quite some time because I am not spending $1,000 on a video card. No, hell no. And that's the guy when we were talking about. And I'm the PC guy, but no. Yeah. No, I'd rather $1,000. I rather spend that on a. What do I? What I owe? I put it down to a new car. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I need functionality right now. Yeah. Yep. But okay. Speaking of, wanting all of your monies, there's another little interesting one that I had heard that I want to share with everyone here is that Microsoft's doing something interesting, and I'm actually, I guess I'm okay with it. I have to see how it goes. But so Microsoft officially announced that it's going to do, I believe it's called the Xbox All Access program, which will let, basically you can go into a Microsoft store if you can find one and get an Xbox One X or an Xbox One S and be able to actually walk out with it by Let me try this in English. Basically, you can get one of these two systems by paying them a monthly fee when you, what do my notes here say? When you commit to a 2-year Xbox Live Gold and Xbox Game Pass subscription. So it's basically, they're going the way of the cell phones there, if you will. And you can get these, you can get these systems by, for lack of better words, doing the same thing, which, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I think that's a really cool idea. Especially because, I mean, like, the Xbox One X is being touted by them, at least, maybe a few others, but as the most powerful system on the market. I mean, I don't know how true that is, because I mean, I have an Xbox One, but I don't have the X. Or is that the S? It's the X. I think the S is like the lower, smaller, the downgraded version.
I think somebody in their marketing department needs to sit down and actually just work on a better naming scheme.
Oh, please.
Personally,
yes. But I think that's really a cool idea. I mean, also, to be fair, I mean, so what? The Xbox Live Gold is what, 50 or $60 for a year? Okay. That's actually not too bad, especially because you get free, at least 1 to 2 free games a month, depending on what they are. And then, like, the Xbox Game Pass subscription, I do not know how much it costs a month, because I haven't actually paid for it. I've gotten lucky, my little brother has. But I like the Game Pass subscription, I think, is an amazing idea. I love everything about it. So it's essentially like, okay, the one thing I'm curious about, because I haven't been able to find an actual answer for, was how much the monthly installments cost, for the X or for the S.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Now, I mean, I know what they're going at, because Microsoft this is not new for Microsoft. They've had their Office products on a subscription base, and a lot of companies are doing this now. Adobe's doing it with their stuff, and even EA has it with their Origin subscription. There's a trend now to go to a subscription-based model, which it sounds very attractive. The only thing is that these subscriptions add up, and you can easily find yourself in a hole when you realize that, I'll get Netflix and Hulu and Funimation and Crunchyroll, and before you know it, you're paying as much as the original cable bill, maybe even more.
Yeah.
And and then on top of that, with we'll shoehorn it again, and a World of Warcraft subscription, there's another $15 down the tubes. So, I mean, like I said, I mean, if they can beat Sony to this, I think they'll have a good product if they can get this out and people commit to this.
That's one of the reasons why I like it. Like,
Microsoft just cares about getting an Xbox underneath your television. They don't really care beyond that. They want, they obviously they want it paid for. They want you playing on it. So if they can get it into your house first, that's great. And then from there, they want you playing the games. And that 2-year commitment sounds like it's there to make sure that the cost of the manufacturing is
they make something back.
Covered.
I mean, Microsoft is a business. They need to make money, which I'm cool with. But one of the things that I really like this about is because, like, okay, so the average person, how do I word this? If you don't already have an Xbox and, you're rocking, the Sony, or if you're just like, I'm going to have the Switch and whatnot, be good with that. This is another option, for like the budget gamer, if you will, that they can get their hands on it. And actually, and the thing about it is the fact that you not only do you get the system, but you get the Game Pass subscription too. So let's just pretend that you're paying $100 a month. Okay. Let's just say, well, actually, no, because the average Xbox One X, you're looking like, what is it, $400 for the system? And then, so, all right, let's take it down even further. Let's pretend
$50. Let's say they want to make a buck off of it too.
Okay, so let's say $50
for a 2-year commitment.
$50 a month. You're paying for a current gen system.
$1,200 after 2 years that you pay for.
Now, granted, I still think that's way, way too high, in the lump sum. But still, like, let's look at it in like an actual sense here. Let's just pretend it's $50 a month. Okay. And you're paying for all this stuff, but this includes Xbox Live Gold and the Game Pass subscription. So now not only are you getting the system, and then every month you're getting up to 2 free games. Then with the Game Pass subscription, you have an access to, we'll just say hundreds of games that you can download. That's not going to cost you anything. That as long as you have that subscription, which you will because you're paying on the system too,
right?
You're quite literally, you don't have to buy game. Like, well, I mean, okay, so yeah, they'll have to buy games unless they're on the Game Pass subscription, but you really won't have to go out and buy as many games, or if you want to be really stingy, any games, because you're going to have access to them already. Right. Because Microsoft's doing it on their Game Pass subscription, where new games that are launching, like what was it when Sea of Thieves launched? It was on the Game Pass subscription. If you had that, you also had access to it. And there's another game I want to say that they did that with too. And I think that's awesome. You know, like I had access to the Game Pass subscription. I tested it out. So it was, you know, that week or two that I had, you know, my Game Pass, I had access to Sea of Thieves. So I could actually sit and go like, oh man, this is good. Like this is something I would actually buy, you know? So I just all around, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a really good way to get the consoles into people who don't already have it, who don't want to spend the initial lump sum of money. I mean, Jesus, I was at a GameStop earlier today. Yeah. And there was a dude that dropped $450 picking up an Xbox, a used one, and like I think he got some games and stuff too. Like you don't have to do that. You're not putting that initial, huge chunk of money. And I kept interrupting you while you were going to talk. So what were you going to say, buddy?
Well, I was going to say that, this is also good on Microsoft's end as well, because when you have a subscription, you have you have a commitment, you're kind of locked into their ecosystem now. Mm-hmm. So this means you don't get off the reservation. You're not dabbling with Sony as much because you think about it. Oh man, I'm paying $50 a month. I should instead of playing God of War, I need to play some Microsoft games to justify my subscription.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little underhanded there, but I like I said, I think this is good also because I think Microsoft sees that the cost of manufacturing these consoles as they're getting more powerful and beefier is you can't sell the console anymore for $200-$300 anymore, even at a loss. They're gonna have to even make them at $600-$700 at a loss. So hiding it behind a subscription with a 2-year commitment, it might be a way for them to maybe even still sell at a loss, but it can hide the fact that you're buying a $900 console. Yeah. Essentially a PC.
Well, yeah.
By putting it behind a subscription.
Yeah. So
a rent-a-center fee, if you will.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. That's a way to look at it.
Okay.
But also, speaking of subscriptions, now this one isn't really. Let me adjust this thing because I feel like this is going to start popping. All right, there we go. So speaking of subscription fees, and like this has nothing to do with video games, but this has everything to do. Bye-bye. No. You sit your ass back down. No, sit back down. Sit back down. You're gonna listen to this because, like this is still very much nerd related. So apparently, I guess. Hold on, I gotta read my notes here. Let's see here. All right, so there's going to be a subscription called, I believe it's going to be called Nixsplat, where it's basically, long story short, if you grew up watching some of the what was it, like the old like Snick or anything on Nickelodeon, like Rocko's Modern Life, Rugrats.
Oh, I love that show.
Oh my God, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Clarissa Explains It All that, all of that fun stuff. There's going to be a subscription service, Nixsplat, I believe is what it's called. I think it's started already, where it's priced at like $5.99 per month.
Really?
Yeah. And you'll be able to, it's either $5 or $10 a month, where you can you can watch all of your favorite Nickelodeon shows. I'm kind of really pumped about that. So yeah, if you're a giant nostalgia freak like I am, and you just really want to watch
Doug Funny.
Well, okay, maybe
Doug Funny.
I mean, There's also, I mean, there's Real Monsters. I mean, who doesn't want to watch, what was it, Obliterus? No, not Obliterus. Icarus?
Yes.
Obligata? Something with an O.
Yeah.
She was this. She looked like a black. She was basically a black and white candy cane, and Crumb. Yes, Crumb.
Yes.
Crumb.
Everything
Crumb.
right about the 90s was in Crumb.
Pretty much.
You kids have no idea what it was like growing up at that time.
Oh man, it was so much fun. But anyways, if there's anyone out there that doesn't know this is a thing that's listening to this, you should totally go check it out. Not that I make money off or anything, because we don't, but I just think it's really cool and I'm going to check it out. So yeah, get on that.
Yeah. And remember, kids, every morning, salute your shorts.
Oh my God. Camp Anawana. We hold you in our hearts.
Yes. Yep.
So, but moving on though, Mike, I see you have something here written about Sony. You want to give some ideas?
Yeah, this kind of ties in with what I said earlier about nVidia. So Sony basically has announced that they do plan to release the PS5 within the next 3 years, quote unquote. All right. Now, a couple things came out of this. One, AMD is working their butts off to give the best processing chip possible for the PS5. It's codenamed the Navi chip. Anyone who's is a PC builder knows that AMD has been dropping the ball with the video cards for the past couple of years, and it really turned out because they've been putting all of their R&D effort into making a video card or APU for the PS5, and to hell with PCs. And it's showing because, like I said before, nVidia is basically running the gamut, and there's no competition really anymore, especially with the high end cards. The third tier and below mid cards, you can. There's some good AMD alternatives, but when you're trying to get the top tier, the creme de la creme, it's nVidia all the way, unfortunately. But AMD spilled some news that they expect the PS5 to come out in 2019.
Which is interesting.
Yes. And that would make 8 years since the PS4, 7, 8 years ish. I mean, it feels like it was only last year, but I know it wasn't that. It's been a few years.
It's been a few years, but I don't think it's been. I think it's only been 4 years so far, or 3 years that it's been out, I think.
So I think AMD is right that I think they'll announce it next year. But if it comes out, I don't expect it to maybe 2020. Now, there was one thing, and Ron, please, remember, you're happy in your happy place right now. Sony did say the PS5 will have cross-platform support.
Yeah? Are you serious?
But
oh, Jesus Christ, I knew there was going to be a but.
Only with the PS4.
Are you... I don't want to have you bleep out more words. So you know what?
No. I spent enough time in Audition.
Yeah. So, all right. If they're going to announce, let's just pretend all of this is going to be 100% accurate, and let's say next year at E3 they're like, hey,
let's just like this is still all speculation. Sony can just say, you know what, we're going to wait till 2025.
Yeah. So let's just pretend,
or maybe next week. We don't know.
Yeah. Let's just pretend all of this is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
And, everything we see here is going to be accurate. So even if they announce, let's just pretend, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought here.
I know. Sorry for the brain hemorrhage.
Yeah, right. They announced it at 2019 E3. All right, huzzah, whatnot. But if you're seriously going to launch the fifth gen, essentially your fifth gen system and not have cross-platform play, you're an effing idiot. You need to stop. I mean, this is one of the biggest things currently going on with Sony right now, where people are complaining that you can't have. There's no cross-platform. Right. Everyone else does it.
It's
but for
not
some
a technical
reason,
issue anymore. It's been clearly demonstrated. I mean, like Microsoft and Nintendo are a competition. Let's not kid ourselves. So it's not all kumbaya, shake hands, but they know what gamers want, and they know that it works better if they just play along at least a little bit.
Yeah, and the big thing is like Sony, and this is actually something they said where they're being arrogant. They're like, oh, we're too good for this. We're the best system on the market right now. Yeah, you might be one of the better ones on the market.
We have to protect the children.
Yeah, right. Just
have you seen your kids playing GTA 5? I mean, come on,
Yeah, Sony,
they're big kids.
Yeah, Sony, pull your head out of your ass for 5 minutes and actually see this is what people want. The people that give you money. That's how you make money. You make money from us. So give us what we want, and you will continue to make more money.
The cross-platform PS4. I mean, that's only going to work for Minecraft and Fortnite. That's it. You're not going to release. Well, I mean, for that first year, you're going to have dual releases for both systems, but then it's going to end, and it's not a marketing thing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? So what's that subscription cost again for Microsoft? What was that again? we were like mid-50s. I think that's a deal now.
Yeah. Right. Though there is some that like I'm actually really excited about.
Yes, I'd like to know more about this myself.
Next year, in early 2019, if you're a fan of, I guess I will use the word classic games that are getting brought back. It is going to be the year for you. So follow me here on this. So check this out. You have the Resident Evil 2 remake that's coming out, which I'm super excited for. All right. And now,
no joke, he's not sleeping.
It's not. I haven't slept in like 3 months now. Help. Since like we're having Onimusha is making its way back to current gen systems, and it's coming out on all platforms. It's gonna have updated graphics slightly. It looks just a little bit prettier. But one of the things that they are doing to it that I think is really cool, because anyone who like, all right. So what I thought was really funny is because when this was announced, like I had quite literally like 2 weeks prior started playing the first one over again, just because I had found it while going to a couple of retro stores, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. The voice acting in that game is pretty awful. Like, it's just bad. Like, I'm not talking Shenmue bad, but it's pretty damn bad. But I guess they're going through and they're going to update, or I guess I'm assuming the way I read it was that they re-recorded, like they redid all the voice lines. I might have read it wrong when they're just touching it up, but I'm going to pretend that they went back and re-recorded all the voices. Are they releasing
all the games or just like the first one?
So here's my synopsis on this. They're releasing the first one, and to my knowledge, it is going to cost $20. So I'm hoping that they release physical copies of it. I mean, I highly doubt it, because that price range, I just don't see them putting it on a disc. But hey, I could be wrong, and they could charge $25 or $30. I'd still pay it. So I'm hoping they release the physical versions, because then I can get it on my PS4 and on my Switch, and then I'm happy. Just add it to the collection there. But anyway, I kind of rambled there for a minute. So yeah, it's just the first one. And I think what they're doing here is they're testing the waters. They're basically going to do, like, they're going to release it. Oh, hey, this is selling really well. People still want to play these. They want to see more. So, hey, here's the second one. Here's the third. Here's that fourth one in quotations that they did with that new character. I don't remember. He was a blonde dude. I don't remember too much about that one. But I think if it sells well enough, that's when you're going to start seeing like a new Onimusha, like basically what they did with, Resident Evil. Like, oh, hey, this one sold beyond our expectations. Like, all right, we'll make more of these because people want to play it. So anyone who's out there, if you're a fan of this series like myself, buy the hell out of it when it comes out. So that way, they actually give me more Onimusha. I need more Onimusha.
I find it interesting that the game came out in 2001, the first one. 2001 and for PS2, and then next year it followed up with the Xbox. It actually got a PC release, but only in China and Russia.
That's weird.
It is weird. And that was in 2003 and then 2005 in Russia. That is awfully weird.
Yeah, that really is.
Yeah. But January 15th, 2019, this is supposed to be a worldwide release on Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yeah. So I honestly, like I said, I really only think it's going to be how the, when they put Resident Evil, I'm sorry, let me try this again. When Resident Evil, the remake, was released on Xbox, PlayStation 4, well, those two, because the Switch wasn't out at the time. And I'm talking like the one that came out on GameCube. I'm pretty sure they're just going to do how they did there, where they'll release it digitally and then, all right, this sold pretty well. So now we'll come out with the box set with like the first 3 games on it. All right, boom, there you go. So like I said, I'm going to hope for a physical version. If not, I mean, I'm still going to get it. I mean, it's Onimusha. It's freaking awesome. So, just, give me more Onimusha. It's been so long. I need Samanosuke. So, all right. Anyway, before I keep going on a ranting
Maybe
about,
it's a good thing I didn't have a PS2 because
there were so many good
Ron,
titles.
You're all right, Ron.
You know what? Because here's another thing that's coming out. Now, granted, this one that's coming out, to my knowledge, I could be wrong here, but to my knowledge, this is a Switch thing, which makes me super excited about this. Is they are going to? I believe it's next year. I could be wrong on the date, but it's next year, and that was my door because my dog just snuck out it, and now it's creaking like I'm in a haunted house. Okay.
Resident Evil.
Pretty much. Sorry about that.
It's a head crab. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Yeah, right. You heard it here first.
Yep.
But the on the Nintendo Switch, they're re-releasing Grandia 1 and 2, and it's getting an HD remaster, and it's coming to the Switch and I'm sorry, the Switch and PC. So I imagine if it's going to PC, eventually it will make its way to Xbox, which then it would make its way to PlayStation. I think not possible. I don't know, but it's coming to the Switch. And I mean, it is the Switch, and did I mention Onimusha is coming to the Switch? Everything's coming to the Switch. You need a Switch. You have to have it. Everything needs to be on it because it's just so damn convenient and so much fun to play stuff on. But Grandia 1 and 2 are awesome JRPGs. If you've never played them, then you need to play them. So you need to go out, get your hands on Grandia and have a lot of fun and then thank me later. The first
this portion of the podcast brought to you by Chuck Full of Nuts.
Yeah, right. The first Grandia had come out on the original PlayStation. It might have come out on something else, but I don't know. I played it on the PS1, and it was very JRPG for the time, which I don't know if really anyone's going to understand what I mean. So the best thing I can say is like just
Japanese RPG.
Well, no, I mean, obviously that, but I mean, like for the time, like it very much fit like how the JRPGs were coming out then.
So like a Final Fantasy or Chrono Trigger.
Maybe on the Chrono Trigger side,
when it comes to the battle mechanics anyway.
Well, yeah, but it had like an active time. Active times. I think it was called ATB. I don't know what the hell it stood for.
Okay, that's exactly like a Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy. So
like it was just there were scenes of it. It had well, no, I'm sorry. Let me try this again. It was like a mix of in-game, cutscenes with the sprites and everything, and then there were split anime cutscenes put in, which was really cool. The voice acting is actually like really good. Even in my opinion, to this day, it's really good. If you need a point of comparison, I believe it's done by the same company who did Lunar. So if you ever played Lunar 2 or Lunar's Silver Star Story Complete
and Ninja Turtle Smash Up
or that thing, it's all done by the same company. So you're getting like a very high quality product here. Right. And I mean, also Grandia 2, like when that one came out, I think it came out during the era of the Dreamcast, because I think that's what it launched on, if memory serves me correct. Actually, yes, because I played it on the Dreamcast, and I remember listening to it because when you bought it, it came with an absolutely awesome soundtrack for it. It had this weird mix of like, it was like techno opera singing, and it was really cool. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna have to see if I can find it. iTunes, don't fail me now.
They also did Alicia Dragoon on the Genesis. Another
I'm
2D
not
beat 'em up
familiar with that one.
Yeah, platformer.
Okay, yeah, I don't believe I heard that one.
It scored pretty well in the reception.
Really?
Yep.
I'll have to look that one up. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
This is not a mom and pop shop. This is actually they do release good games, and this definitely this is one I got to pick up. I've heard of it, I've seen it, just never got around to it.
Yeah. But it's definitely worth looking into. And also for the Switch that's worth looking into and totally going to be a thing is going to be Diablo 3 is coming to it. It was finally announced, even though pretty much everyone has known for like a year now, but Blizzard was like, no, that's totally not going to be a thing. Don't worry about it. But everyone's like, no, you're doing it. Like, we know you're doing it. Don't lie to us. Like, just tell us. And Blizzard's like, no, it's totally a thing that's not going to happen. And then they actually announced it. So that's coming. That's going to have like
all that effort I did to put my PC into my bathroom was all for naught, because now I can just have it on a Switch conveniently on my sink beside my toilet.
Yep, you can dungeon crawl while you poop. If that's your thing.
Yeah. I got the mini fridge in there. I'm set for a marathon.
There you go. The only so what's cool about that is it's going to be the whole thing. It's going to have the oh my god, the one expansion that came out with it. The name eludes me at the moment. But it's going to have that along with it. And it's also coming out with the, you'll have access to the Necromancer, and it's going to have all that. Basically everything that's out now on it is going to be accessible when it launches on the Switch, which is really cool. The only downfall is they're still charging full price for it. So you're paying $60 for essentially a game that came out 3 years ago, if not longer. So
that sounds like Blizzard.
I mean, it is, and I mean, I also understand.
Souls, by the way. That was the first
Reaper of Souls.
Reaper of Souls.
So,
thank you, Blizzard Launcher.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, I mean, that's coming out on it. I'm pumped for it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to really wish it wasn't $60. There's still the starter
edition for Diablo 3 if you don't want to shell in any bucks.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be the same thing that's on console, which is it's going to launch with all there's no starter edition you can play on the Switch. You know, and it makes, I mean, in one sense, it does kind of make sense because like when they all launched on the other systems, it was all full price for it. But I mean,
if it's releasing with the new expansion pack, and it's with the other expansion, like it's the full, like a gold edition sort of, but then I can see $60 because you know how Blizzard is that the new expansion is always full retail price.
Yeah.
And the base game is now
cheaper,
$20.
Yeah.
And that's with all the other prior expansions.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair too, there is a lot of content in there to go through, and then doing like the Nephilim rifts and everything. They're just so much fun, especially with you got people. But a couple of cool little features on that is basically you can have 4-player co-op on the same system if you're playing it that way, which I thought was a really cool thing. So, long story short, that's coming out on the Switch too. Everybody's pumped.
Did they get rid of the real money auction house, or what's going on? Oh yeah,
that went away.
That went away. Okay.
Yeah. That went away a long time ago.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure. I know that caused problems. I wasn't sure if they actually fixed it, they worked it out, or whatnot.
Because that's going back a while, and I don't quite remember every detail on it. But long story short, it went away. So, but
all right.
Hey, you live, you learn.
Yep. You do.
Yeah, so I believe that's everything we had here on the notes. Let me look
on the
here.
docket. Yeah. Unless there's something else coming up. Did you think of?
No, I've been trying to keep up with everything that I've been getting getting my teeth into this week. So it definitely
which is basically just trying to get through all the new content in World of Warcraft.
Oh my God! I just listen. Anyone who's still playing that, anyone who's been on the fence about that, totally just worth it. It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I just finished exploring all of Cold Terrace, so.
See, I had
surprising there's no achievement for that. You got to do all 6 zones, so I have to go on the Horde side and explore that area.
Yeah, or I mean, you could just take your tune. If you're not playing with the war mode on, just take your tune and go over there and do it. It's easy.
Oh no, that I don't. With my main, I'll do that. Although I have dusted off my Worgen rogue named Eddie Munster, and I got him to 20, and I hit the war button. I was like, well, screw it with a rogue. Let me see what I could do.
Yeah.
And so I'm leveling. I like most people, I can only barely level 1 tune. So all these other alts, they sit there and collect dust, and I'll play them for a while, and they level up 1 or 2 levels, and that's it. So,
okay.
Yeah, you people who can just level tunes left and right, am I doing something wrong, or am I doing something right? Like, do I have a life and this is why I can't do it? So
you just need to manage your time a little bit better, buddy.
yeah, maybe well, I can always quit work. Screw it.
I mean, you could just screw it, do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair too, with this current expansion, I haven't bothered leveling anything. I've been focused on my main, and then trying to unlock the allied races because I'm getting my hands on those Dark Iron Dwarves.
Yeah, which
soon
are everywhere right now. Sorry, Ron.
I didn't have to be first. I just have to get it. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So as soon as they got unlocked, I saw them everywhere already. So it's like, so I'm still barely neutral with the 7th Legion, and already people are exalted with them. What the hell?
Yeah, well, to be fair,
I can't get enough resources for those tabletop missions. But I think dailies. I think once I finish all the quests or something, I get world quests or something like that.
Yeah, once you do the stories, so basically you have to go through and do like the story in all the main areas for the Alliance. I mean, the Horde works the same way, but it'll unlock once you finish the main story in each of the 3 areas. You'll unlock world quests, which will give you quests for rep. And then also, if you go do the island expeditions, which you don't have to go against people, you can just go against bots if you want. That also gives you rep. So basically, you just go through and in a week's time, bang out all your island.
Turtle made it to the water.
Oh, there's actual
that's
remixes.
A meme. That's a meme now.
Yeah.
That's a meme. So I had to get that in, but I am totally in love with the Tortillians. I think they're awesome.
Oh my god, I want them as a playable race.
Oh, they better. Seriously, Blizzard. If you don't, I mean, you already screwed us over with Tuskars. You got to give us you have to give us turtle people.
Yeah, right.
I want a turtle guy who rides a Pandarian turtle.
Ooh,
I want that.
I didn't even think of that, but yeah, no, you're right.
Yep. Or even the fishing mount turtle.
Yeah. You just want a turtle on a turtle.
Yes. Because there's turtles all the way down. You know that?
Yep. So, yeah. Right. I mean, my opinion on that expansion so far has just gotten better. Like, I like everything about it. It's so much fun.
So there's our game review.
Yeah.
Twice.
Basically, we'll catch the same one in 2 weeks in a row. Whatever. It's our show.
I have on my desktop. I have these icons for all these other great games I want to play
that you haven't even touched.
Barely. Yep. Like I got Kingdom Come Deliverance. I want to play that. I see gameplay video of it. I want to get into it because like I got some Czech blood in me. So this is like my area. This is my thing. I want to get in here. I don't know. I hit up World of Warcraft now. Damn it. They added bots to Quake Champions. I haven't gotten around trying it. So, and of course, I got that it's one of the lesser Final Fantasies, the 15 one with the guys, and then I got it for like $5 on Steam sale. I haven't really, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
Well,
whatever.
Oh no!
Oh
no!
Technical issue. What happened?
No, not a technical issue. Actually, I just got a notification here.
Breaking news, folks.
Yeah. Actor Gene Wilder. Wait, no. How? No, wait a second. Really? Gene Wilder died?
No, he already died.
Yeah. Why is this telling me this is like news all of a sudden? Hold on. How? No. He was 83. Man.
You know what? What's that meme with that slow Pokemon?
Slowpoke?
Yeah. Hey guys, I heard Gene Wilder died.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I thought he died a while ago, but why is this now telling me? I don't understand what this.
No,
this whole...
and I'm looking here. There's nothing new coming up.
No.
There's producers have a 50th anniversary release on Blu-ray.
Yeah. Oh, that might be. I don't know. Oh, whatever. I'm sorry. We can just edit that part out. Screw it. Old news. I was gonna be like, wait a second here. Oh, anyway, but
that iPhone.
You gotta love old news when you get it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anyway, I think that's the show this week. So
That's the show.
As always, thank you for listening, or at least for making it this far. If you've made it this far,
You guys are troopers. Thank you.
Yeah, right. As always, you can find us on SoundCloud at Bearded Game Masters, on YouTube at Bearded Game Masters.
Game Masters.
And also, if you want to send us any comments, questions, concerns, whatnot, you can always get a hold of us at beardedgamemasters@gmail.com. As always, thank you for listening. My name's Ron.
Mike.
And we will see you guys the next time.
Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.
Bye.